evening and welcome to Vibrant Hong Kong. I'm Erica.
And I'm Rico.
To develop Hong Kong into an international innovation and technology hub, the government has been actively nurturing INT talent in recent years and providing universities with resources to carry out research and development.
To that end, various initiatives have been launched, including the Research, Academic and Industry Sectors 1+ scheme, for which 10 billion Hong Kong dollars of funding has been allocated to promote the commercialization of R&D outcomes and industry development. The Technology Talent Admission Scheme has also been implemented to grow the local talent pool.
Recently, a university has even expanded its talent cultivation program to Southeast Asia to attract overseas startups and help them extend their reach to Hong Kong and the mainland.
To develop Hong Kong into Asia's innovation and technology hub, the government and various sectors are actively drawing overseas scientific and tech talent and exploring opportunities in the mainland and Asian markets. City University of Hong Kong recently held the Hong Kong Tech 300 Southeast Asia Startup Competition to promote INT development in the region.
Hong Kong is always one of the best destinations for global startups. I encourage all of you to stay creative and innovative and seize the golden opportunities to start or expand your business in Hong Kong.
We want to expand our Hong Kong Tech 300 program into Southeast Asia region because this is one of the fastest growing emerging economy. There's a 600 million population with many young people full of entrepreneurial spirit. And we want to leverage CTU's technology, our research result, so that there are more people that can use our research result to address the regional and global challenges. We want to serve as Hong Kong as a super connector, linking Hong Kong's academic and entrepreneurship ecosystem with the Southeast Asia to bring talent and startups to come to Hong Kong with the aim to expand into the mainland China market and also provide the opportunity for Hong Kong startups.
Through collaboration with partnering Southeast Asian universities and incubators, the competition successfully attracted the participation of over 100 teams from 7 countries and regions. The 10 selected winners were awarded up to 1 million Hong Kong dollars in angel fund investment. Among them is a renowned healthcare startup from Singapore.
We are a company that focuses on making medical devices for newborn and women's healthcare. We're originally from Singapore, and we have expanded our market operations in Southeast Asia, also in mainland China. So we think Hong Kong is really a very strategic location for us, both in terms of our future R&D investment, as well as our market expansion. Another thing that attracted us was the innovation policy. So we're able to obtain a lot of support, actually directly financially, from the Hong Kong government, from Science Park. So for example, our R&D team here, we hire local PhD graduates, and actually we receive funding from the government to help us cover some of their expenses. And that significantly helps us, not only by maintaining our R&D effort, but also lowering the cost for the company.
Artificial intelligence has become a major trend and is rapidly being integrated with various industries, including the healthcare sector. Another winning team from Malaysia is dedicated to delivering an AI-driven healthcare experience.
I would touch on the medical AI solutions for healthcare provider. We actually gather a lot of clinical practice guidelines in the regions as well as medical papers, and we train the large language model ourselves, so our model now understands the healthcare context and able to give the answer based on the local guideline as well as give the doctors on the citations. AI development is definitely one of the fastest growing technology in the current world. So I see a lot of potential on how we can make AI to give value and impact for the doctors as well as the patient outcome. With this fund, I will definitely collaborate with the local university and local healthcare provider to train models that can be fit into the Hong Kong healthcare industry.
In addition to overseas participants, companies from Hong Kong are also showing significant potential. 2 local startups were selected as winners.
Basically, what we do is we try to take bamboo plants and we turn them into different kind of materials for different purposes. For example, we make them stronger, harder, or fireproof. And our goal is to try to make building materials much more green in the future. One of my co-founders, where he grew up, he had a lot of bamboo plants around his home. And because our background is from engineering and material science, we realized that we can combine these techniques to try to improve bamboo, something that is found everywhere in Asia, Southeast Asia, mainland China, and we can make them to much more valuable materials that can help save the planet.
Cross-border collaborations, as well as nurturing more promising startups, can further promote technology transfer and drive the development of the INT ecosystem in the entire region.
The digital economy has become a new driving force for economic development in recent years. To enhance the competitiveness of local small and medium-sized enterprises, the government launched the Digital Transformation Support Pilot Program at the end of last year, allocating 500 million Hong Kong dollars to assist SMEs in applying digital solutions. And today we've invited Eric Chan, Chief Public Mission Officer of Hong Kong Cyberport, to tell us more about the program. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Erica.
Now, Eric, I know that the DTSPP has been implemented for over half a year now. Could you begin by giving us an overview of the program?
Sure. Well, basically, the government has allocated 500 million to help us accelerate the pace of digital transformation for SMEs. And we have actually picked F&Bs and retail because these are the two sectors that most Hong Kong citizens could feel how technology adaptations and digital transformations could benefit, right? And the program has managed to, fill some of the gaps, of the SMEs in their journey, basically by providing a funding up to $50,000 or 50% of the solutions. And also, we have actually made it so simple that we have already screened a lot of solutions, for the SME to select. So far, we have got over 280 solution packages from 60 providers. And hopefully, through our vetting and all this technical know-how that we have already put in the program, the SME will have a very easy journey in the digital transformation.
Definitely, it sounds fabulous. Now I'm curious to know what's the progress like up to date and how many SMEs have actually applied so far?
The program was started earlier this year, and we started to invite solution providers to enlist the solutions. And after a certain vetting, we already got a lot of choices for the SMEs, and we have now opened, the application for SMEs. Mm-hmm. And with the $500 million, we want to help as many SMEs as possible. And obviously, depending on what type of solutions they will select. And it's basically on a first come, first serve, format. And we definitely encourage, SME to apply as soon as possible. And I'm sure that at the end of the program, there will be thousands of companies that could benefit from this program.
All right, so the SME should apply earlier. Now, speaking of which, what specific digital solutions does the program provide, and how many solutions are there for SMEs to choose from?
So I just want to say that digital transformation is not that complicated. And what we want to do is really to help the SMEs, to get more business, through customer acquisitions, to retain their own customers, and also to help, improve their operation efficiency by saving costs and optimizing, the whole operations. So we have three types of solutions that are already enlisted. Basically, one is the e-payment and the storefront automations, right? And then we have digital marketing, online promotions, and last but not least, to actually help manage their customers and through loyalty programs and customer management systems.
Given the abundance of opportunities in the mainland, are any of the support measures designed to help SMEs expand into this market?
Yes, especially on getting customers, especially those tourists, from mainland. We have this digital online promotion category of solutions, and some of that actually provide promotion through a platform like Xiaohongshu that actually promote many of those Hong Kong products and services and restaurants, and also actually, try to attract them to interesting places, in terms of sharing photos and videos and all this stuff. Definitely, this will help them actually get more new businesses and new customers. And hopefully, they could actually improve the overall competitiveness against not just the local competitors, but also the mainland competitors. Because many Hong Kong people now, also have the option to go to mainland to consume services like retail and F&Bs.
So I guess just digitalizing the business is not solely enough. You would need a bigger network to support.
Yeah.
Yes. The recent trend among Hong Kongers of heading north for leisure has presented the local retail and F&B sectors with a huge challenge. So how will undergoing digital transformation help these businesses and enhance their competitiveness?
Well, at the end of the day, I think it's about the quality of service. So by adopting, the digital solutions that we provide through the program, many of those SMEs could actually improve and have enhanced customer experience, be it F&Bs or retail. And also they could make use of those digital solutions to make, data-driven decisions, to introduce new products and, kind of change, the operation flow in order to match, what the customer expects, right? So, because the customer demand and market dynamics actually changes quite fast these days. And only through technology and digital solutions, you can actually react, to those market changes. And hopefully we can also use that, to help many of our customers, not just to survive. I know it's a tough market this time, but also to grow in the businesses.
But with what you're saying, while digital transformation can enhance the competitiveness of businesses, the application of technology may lead to other issues. Now, for example, stores may require technical support or regular system maintenance. So will this drive up operating costs and put additional pressure on SMEs amid adverse economic conditions?
Yeah. Well, the beauty of technology advancement is that it's becoming so easy to adopt those solutions. So in the past, we talk about installing a complicated system and people have to learn and all these, right? But now we have services that come in the form of software as a service. You just subscribe it and you can just use it right away, right? So we don't have that kind of maintenance, concern or all these hidden costs. Right. So in our program, we have actually requested all the solutions to provide, the services and with the description as well as the exact cost and prices, for people to pick and choose. So there will be no hidden costs whatsoever. So people can actually look at what they could afford, right? And maximum, if they can get around $50,000 in terms of, solutions support and subsidies. And apart from that, this program also brings along a lot of benefits and offerings from our partners. Like, for example, e-payment providers that work with us, they now provide very preferential offers. Reduce transaction fees, and some even waive the transaction fees for a period of time. This is going to be very attractive to many of our retail shops and F&B, companies.
How long do you expect it will take for the market to adapt to the digital transformation of our local SMEs? And do you foresee any difficulties, such as elderly consumers not being able to cope?
Through the pandemic, people have actually change the way they consume many products. And they already are accustomed to e-payment. Thanks to the consumer voucher program, I think even the elderly people now knows how to use the smartphone and do digital payment. So it's actually a matter of how to engineer all this together to help many of those SMEs to revisit their operation flow and then actually make use of all these digital solutions. I'm sure the consumer will benefit from it, through enhanced customer experience. All these. I've actually talked to F&B restaurants. Just purely a QR code for ordering food, they can save them 1%, and they actually use the person to serve the customer better. Through the on-floor kind of services. I think that's what we wanted to achieve to help improve the overall competitiveness of all these companies.
And I guess the shopping experience as well,
course,
to make it more unique. The government has been advocating digital transformation for quite some time now, but the market doesn't seem all that keen on taking actions. So how many businesses are there in the local F&B and retail industries that still haven't often adopt digital systems, and what are the obstacles preventing them from undergoing digital transformation?
We don't have a kind of a statistics on the digital maturity of SME, especially on these two sectors. But through the survey of the Digital Economy Development Committee, around 30% of the SMBs feels that they are actually lacking behind, in terms of digitizations, right? But many of them actually indicated that they want to do it, but they are limited by a few factors. First of all, lack of funding. Secondly, they don't have the technical know-how. And thirdly, they don't know where to go to find the solutions that are suitable for them, right? So this DTSPP program exactly, kind of fill the gaps by providing the fundings, providing all the choices. We already vetted all these solutions for them, with our technical people, and also we managed to match many of those SMEs to the right solution providers, and definitely they can pick and choose the right solutions to improve their businesses.
In-store digitalization is relatively commonplace in the mainland and nearby regions nowadays. So is Hong Kong trailing behind in this front?
Well, mainland China's small businesses continue to lead on the adoption of e-payment technologies. The adoption rate is way over 90%. Right? In Hong Kong, it's around 85, right? And one of the reasons is Hong Kong already have historically a lot of choices in terms of payments, including the credit cards, cash, and also the store value facilities, as well as now we also have wallets, right? So I think yes, we want to make sure even the small and medium enterprises could leverage on this to give more convenience, especially for mainland tourists.
Now, lastly, what measures will Hong Kong Cyberport implement in the future to attract more SMEs to apply for the DTSPP?
Well, when we went up to LegCo, to get the budget, we have 500 million. And we were told that this is really a pilot program. So we have chosen, these two particular sector, F&Bs and retail, as I said, because they are the most citizen and customer-facing industries. So hopefully we can actually see a lot of real benefits, from Hong Kong people. But then after probably 6 months or so, we will do a review on the overall effectiveness of this program. And hopefully we will get more funding and more support from government, and we can then start, helping, many other industries on the digital transformation journey.
Thank you, Eric, for sharing the details of DTSPP, and we hope that more SMEs are going to become digital and efficient, boosting the city's overall competitiveness. Various factors contribute to the competitiveness of a place, and one of Hong Kong's unique advantages lies in its cultural diversity. The city has been the confluence of Eastern and Western cultures for over a century, and our next feature further attests to its long-standing status as an international metropolis.
July is undeniably an eventful month. After celebrating Hong Kong's Special Administrative Region Establishment Day on July 1st, July 14th marks a special day for the French community in Hong Kong. Alliance Française de Hong Kong has organized a party to gather all French associations in Hong Kong to celebrate the Bastille Day, the National Day of France. Attending guests enjoyed free-flow drinks and a gourmand selection of French fare, such as blue cheese and quiche Lorraine.
14th of July is a very important day. It became National Day, and it is celebrated in every countries where we have French people. Consulates usually organize a party. Many people registered for this party. It would have been bigger. We could actually welcome more people, but we have a limit in this venue. Hong Kong is exciting. Mainland is also exciting. It is easy to live here. It is easy to meet people. It is easy to develop business. It takes only a few hours to set up a company in Hong Kong. And from Hong Kong, you can work with mainland China, but you can also work with other countries in Asia.
Every year, a military parade is held in Paris to honor those who helped restore liberty and peace in France during the two world wars. Also underlines the universal values of liberty, equality, and fraternity. The people of France celebrate this national holiday as part of their summer vacation. It's an occasion filled with festive fun as well as cultural charm. In Hong Kong, the solemn ceremony is replaced by a delightful soiree that retains the essence of this special day.
We're so happy to have Mrs. Christine Chui, the Consul General of France in Hong Kong and Macau, to join us here today and tell us more about the Bastille Day. Well, hello, Christine. Well, can you tell us more about the Bastille Day? How is it celebrated differently here in Hong Kong compared to that in France?
Our National Day is the opportunity for French people in Hong Kong to gather around nice wine, nice food, and share our lifestyle with also Hong Kong people.
How can the local community get to know more about the French culture and current affairs then?
Well, actually, we have a lot of associations in the French community here in Hong Kong. They organize activities the whole year round, and we at the consulate organize also quasi everyday cultural activities. So we're happy to invite all our Hong Kong friends to join.
Well, we all know that it's Olympics this month, the Paris Olympics and the Paralympics. How does it add significance or excitement in all these kind of celebrations?
I think it will be a great opportunity to enjoy nice moments with family and friends around these fantastic games, which will be really iconic, with highlight monuments in France as a backdrop. We will be more than happy to welcome the whole world in Hong Kong in a few days, including Hong Kong athletes. So, 香港運動員加油!
I can definitely feel the joy of Bastille Day amidst the upbeat music and fantastic food. With the imminent arrival of the 2024 Paris Olympics and Paralympics, there's an additional significance to this year's celebration for both the French and local community here in Hong Kong.
Erica, have you been to the movies lately?
Of course, I'm a huge fan of Hong Kong cinema.
Quite a few locally produced blockbusters have hit the silver screen recently, including an action film that harks back to the nostalgia of old Hong Kong. Many of my friends went to see it not just once, but twice or even 3 times.
This movie is a real tour de force. Not only has it grossed over 100 million Hong Kong dollars at the box office, but it was also selected for the midnight screening section at this year's Cannes Film Festival. This remarkable achievement is a testament to the exceptional quality of Hong Kong cinema.
The caliber of our local motion pictures has been maintained thanks to filmmakers who are constantly innovating. To drive the development of Hong Kong's creative industries, an organization has launched a program aimed at nurturing new directors and discovering filmmakers with promising potential.
iCatcher Global is an initiative aimed at supporting new directors and creators. Through the open course for Chinese language works, Project with Potential for Development was selected. It also hosts screening sections that allow participants to engage with other filmmakers from different regions.
Yes, thank you, actually.
Gillian Hashler, Artistic Director of the Cannes Directors Fortnight, was invited to serve as the chairperson of the jury this year. Prior to being appointed to the Artistic Director of the Cannes Director Fortnight, Gillian was in charge of distribution, acquisitions, and international sales at French company. In addition to being a judge, he was also a guest speaker. Hi, Gillian. So why would you accept the invitation as the chairperson of the ECG this year?
First of all, having a chance to discover first films from different kind of Asian countries at this stage of the year, it means just after the Cannes Film Festival and in the perspective of building my new selection for next year, it gives me a an inside view of what's being produced in Asia today, especially in the Chinese language speaking films. And then it was also the first time to me Hong Kong, and so I wanted to have the chance to meet filmmakers and producers from the Hong Kong industry to understand a little bit more the evolution of the film production here, the emergence of new talents, and also to make some prospection for next year.
So how do you feel after you watch all the shortlisted film in the ECG?
Well, I was surprised because there is a young generation which is very cinephile. I also think that there is a documentary trend that is very interesting about exile, about condition of living in Hong Kong, and it's a raw approach of reality, and I think it's promising.
Hong Kong screenwriter, actor and director Derek Zheng was invited to be Initiative's ambassador this year. His two recent films, Better Days and Soulmate, achieved remarkable results at various domestic and overseas film festivals. He also served as a judge and was the guest speaker at one of the industry forums. So to be a great story writer, apart from familiarizing yourself with many masterpieces globally, to innovate is very important. So as a judge, what do you think of this year's shortlisted projects?
I'm genuinely inspired because I think there's a really wide range of stories from this year's participant. I was very impressed by how ambitious some of the projects are, and also very inspired of how personal some of the projects are. So I think it's a really good range because there are really ambitious, really wide in scope projects, but there are some that is very, very deeply personal. Some are very experimental as well.
So what are your thoughts for the future of the filmmaking in Hong Kong?
I'm positive. I mean, because if you look at for the past 7 or 8 years, there's been a lot of talented young filmmakers with their debut feature. So there's a whole generation of young filmmakers that is emerging, and I'm really positive. I admire a lot of their work. So and then also, for the commercial side, if you look at for the past couple of years, there's been a lot of really successful films that has broke all box office records. So the talk of how Hong Kong cinema is dead, it's been around for 20 years, but we're still here. So I do believe that there are a lot of really dedicated and hardworking filmmakers that are still trying really hard in this industry. So we're here to stay, and I believe that we will only get better.
4 grand prizes were up for grabs this year, with the aim of providing young producers more platform to showcase their creativity. It is hoped that it will foster the creation of the new film to the region over time.
Through seminars and exchange activities like those offered by Eyecatcher Global, youngsters who aspire to a career in a film can gain a better understanding of the industry, learn about different cultures, and acquire new knowledge.
Meanwhile, various competitions and workshops not only provide more opportunities for them to realize their dreams, but also help the film industry draw new talents. Tonight, we have invited Samuel Chai and Eric Zheng to share their thoughts on the future of Hong Kong cinema. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Now, Eyecatcher Global was conceived with the aim of nurturing filmmakers and entered its 2nd edition this year. So, Samuel, overall speaking, has this initiative met your expectations so far?
We are very satisfied about the outcome. Especially this year, we invited Derek Zheng as our ambassador. He really draws a lot of attention and inspires the young filmmakers. And besides, we are very honored to have the Julian, the artistic director of the Directors for Night of Cannes Festival. He really good as a jury, and he shared his opinions and expectations to Hong Kong filmmakers. including me, we learned a lot from our delegates and their experience, their festivals, the perspective to the filmmaking. And also, on the other hand, those delegates from different countries, just like I mentioned, Julia, he's a Kung Fu movie fan. This time he met a lot of Hong Kong directors as well. And I think they really keen to know about what Hong Kong filmmaking, the status. And also they talk a lot with our participants, also the local industry stakeholders a lot.
I'm pretty sure, you know, those directors and filmmakers are probably role models of a lot of these like new talents. And yeah, there's such a good spark in the Hong Kong industry in cinema right now that people are just more interested. So I guess that's awesome. Now, I want to know overall, do you think of this year's shortlisted works? What do you think about them?
It's really good. And most impressive part is that those entities, I mean, their film projects, they are all at the pre-production phase, and so they are so diverse. I should say that because our platform, comparing to HKF, is a very small one, and we welcome all kinds of genres: documentary, feature, short films, and this year we have 16 film projects plus 6 first cut pre-premiere screening. So they are all very amazing and very diverse and from different. It's accepted from Hong Kong, also from Asia.
Eric, apart from being the creative director of Eyecatcher, you're also an emerging film director with your debut feature, Hong Kong Family, premiering at the 27th Busan International Film Festival. Now, so from a director's perspective, which of this year's submissions left the biggest impression on you?
Good question, but it's actually quite difficult for me to choose only one piece because we always want to make our selection as diverse as possible. But I'm particularly impressed by the documentaries this year. So I remember that there is a project about the real-life struggles of the domestic workers in Hong Kong. And another documentary is about a group of volunteers who visit the beach every weekend to collect, the rubbish and then return them to landfill. And there is also another documentary about mother and daughter. You know, the director invites her mother to visit to Thailand together and to searching for the roots and share a lot about their double identity. You know, they are both Thai and also Hong Kong people. So these kind of topics are something that we won't mention it in our daily conversation, but it's kind of also underrepresented in the media coverage. So it's our honor to include them to our selection, and also I think it's very valuable topics to our Hong Kong society.
Definitely. I'm pretty sure that these topics are worth raising awareness to. So you were also the moderator of one of the industry forums in the most recent edition of ECG. So what do you hope the audience and even the new generations of filmmakers in Hong Kong will gain from watching the works at this year's screening?
Actually, I myself, I benefit a lot. I learn a lot from my peers there because, you know, most of our participants are filmmakers. And what we do is we try to set up a platform for them to connect with each other and so they can interact and then they can make, expand their network and then learn from each other. And I think this year it's our first time to set up a new screening program called the Industry Screening. And we try to screen a lot of first cuts of the new feature film of our Asian director's friend. And yeah, because it's not very common to like directors let you to watch their first cut, but it's really valuable to them because they can receive very good feedbacks and comments from very good jury members, and then so they can take the feedback and then finalize before finalizing their final work. And yeah, so I guess from their feedback, they really benefit a lot from the interaction with our international delegates.
It sounds very beneficial, and it sounds like Eric is very humble because he's still learning as a director, right? So this year's ECG exposed filmmakers from around the world to some Hong Kong productions, and a number of industry professionals from around the world were invited to serve as judges and guest speakers. Now, one of the purposes behind this is to inspire the new generation of filmmakers in Hong Kong. So, Samuel, what are your thoughts on the creativity of our local youngsters?
We saw a lot of creativity and diversity in our submitted proposals and also those industry screenings. And for local young filmmakers, I think recent years they have a lot of productions, got a lot of good achievements. But still, I think why we have this platform, because we want them to have more ambitions and to go abroad, to enter those film festivals and to have more, I should say, it's comparing to other regions' filmmakers, Hong Kong filmmakers, they are very humble, so humble. And but nowadays, young generation, they have to voice out, especially on their creativity in such a competitive environment. So I think, they have good creativity, and now we hope our platform can bring them more connections to the overseas film community.
Yeah, so I think it's really important to inspire the youngsters to dream big now, especially nowadays moving forward. It's the collaborations with other regions of Asia or even Hollywood is very possible, right? So following up on that, I would like to know, Samuel, how do you think the film industry in Hong Kong should move forward in the near future?
It's also a very big question, right? So I think, especially the young filmmakers, they are trying very hard to make the good films. As I mentioned, the variety of film is very important, and I think not only we of course we need blockbusters as always, but we also need different small budget but very interesting films, and so young filmmakers, they can try on this area because of the competition, and I think people in the big festivals, they all are looking for those young filmmakers who have a very special perspective, especially on their cinematography, and they really want to put them on the slide.
On the map as well.
Put on the map, yeah.
I see.
So in this area, Hong Kong young filmmakers, they can try better.
Now, Eric, I understand that you started out studying journalism and communication and were involved in quite a few film projects before becoming a full-fledged member of the industry. Now, so what do you think are the difficulties faced by the new generation of filmmakers who want to pursue a career in this industry today?
Well, actually, I did think of attending film school when I was a teenager, because it seems that it's the most direct way to like, if you want to be a director, and then it seems that attending film school is a very direct way, but I didn't do it. So because I always think that great directors, they are people who have very unique and sophisticated perspective to see the world. I think nowadays actually it's easier for young people to like get into the industry.
Yeah, recently, it's so great that there are, passionate individuals like you guys to support the industry. And of course, there are some fundings from the government that can help. So a lot of newcomers need to apply for funding to bring their projects to life. So do you think this imposes limitations on their work in terms of both scale and genre? What's your take on that, Samuel?
I think it's not a limitation at all, because different funding, they have different requirements, and not only the local fundings, but they can look for the international fundings in their different countries. So young filmmakers need to do exploration for different funding and to suit their proposals and their projects.
Then how about Eric? What's your take on that in terms of, apply for funding? Any suggestions or tips or advice that you can give to the applied applicants?
I think funding is very important and is kind of essential, especially for young filmmakers. But to me, it's never enough. The amount of the funding is never enough to fulfill all your desires. But I think I would take funding as an encouragement. And also an endorsement from the jury's members, and usually I receive very good feedback from the jury. So on one hand, you have some certain amount of money or prize as an encouragement, and then it's also a very good chance for you to learn from, the jury members, receiving more feedbacks and to polish your work.
So just keep creating and keep putting your work out there, and then someday you'll be seen for sure. So again, thank you so much, Samuel and also Eric, for sharing your valuable insights in the film industry. Now, apart from films, Hong Kong is also the birthplace of numerous superb literary works. Some of them have even garnered international acclaim and can be found on bookshelves around the world.
The Museum of Hong Kong Literature, which has been nearly 20 years in the making, was officially opened recently. Let's learn more about this institution, which is tasked with the mission of promoting the inheritance and development of local literature.
In the heart of Wan Chai, there stands on Mallory Street a pre-war building with a history spanning over a century. Once known as the Greenhouse, it was revitalized through a collaborative effort between the Urban Renewal Authority and Hong Kong Arts Centre, transforming it into comics home base. Sadly, this hub intended for comic artists and enthusiasts failed to attract significant footfall and ceased operations in 2018. Stable financial support is essential to the promotion of culture and the arts. This year, the Hong Kong Jockey Club Charities Trust has granted funding to the Federation of Hong Kong Writers, facilitating the establishment of the Museum of Hong Kong Literature in Wan Chai.
因為我哋發現咧，世界各大城市都有文學館。我曾經就去帶咗一個學者作家團去視察日本。咁日本嘅每個縣、每個站，每個城市都有文學館。咁香港咧一直就冇文學館。咁我哋香港作家聯會咧就發起簽名，就有34位嘅香港嘅知名學者作家簽名。咁啊結果咧就西九冇考慮啦，冇考慮文學館。歷時咧差唔多20年。咁呢屆嘅特區政府咧，李家超先生咧就喺立法局咧答議員嘅詢問咧就同意喺香港建立一個文學館。呢啲過咗身嘅，呢個全部黑色係過咗身嘅。呢個當時咧就34人倡議，有13個過咗身。我感慨良多。雖然咧，我哋而家文學館喺望樂街7號3樓啊，個面積就係2000幾尺。我曾經講過係世界最迷你嘅文學館，但係咧就麻雀雖小，五臟俱全。
Modest in size, the museum occupies the 3rd and 4th floors at 7 Mallory Street. Its permanent exhibition delves into the origins and historical progression of Hong Kong literature, showcasing manuscripts from several renowned authors. It also explores the interaction between Hong Kong literature and other media forms, such as music and cinema.
We 我哋唔單止咧就係展示香港嘅文學，咁我哋而家有一個香港文學館嘅流動車，準備咧設計一啲作家培訓課程。咁我哋準備繼續咧將呢個文學咧推廣到中小學社區。
The museum's inaugural exhibition, titled Seek Richness of Literature Amidst Flowers, examines the reflections of local writers on the flora of Hong Kong. A large map of the city enables visitors to locate where these plants are found, providing further insights into Hong Kong's natural and literary landscapes.
每個人咧對花有唔同嘅觀感，我哋發現香港作家咧好多以花為題材，希望從呢個花咧帶起從花認識香港文學。
After watching the curator's interview, I can't help but feel a bit emotional. In a city like Hong Kong, which is primarily driven by business, the establishment of the first ever literary museum in a century is most definitely an important milestone.
The cultural sector plays a key role in stimulating social development. It embodies the essence of a place and is also a source of soft power. When combined with advancements in other areas, such as innovation and technology, Hong Kong will maintain its unique advantages and continue to shine on the international stage.
Join us again next week to discover the multifaceted nature of our city.
Good night.
you